Hey guys, and we have a book club announcement for you today. We're going to be talking about all of the books that we plan to read this summer. We have a Goodreads group for our book club, Bibliomancy for Beginners, if you did not know, and the link to that will be down below, so I hope that you definitely go and check that out if you are interested in conversing in that way, or obviously wait until the videos come out, watch those, and discuss in the comments below. They are hour-long chats that we do, so lots of fun things are going to be happening. Before we get into this, we are going to be doing another nostalgia series this summer, and there is a link at the very top of the description to a poll that we really need you guys to vote in. If you have a Goodreads page, whether you are in the group or not, please go vote for which series we are going to be doing for the nostalgia series, because the members of our group are fighting over which one. People have very strong opinions and we don't want to lose friends over this, so take the power out of our hands and help us not break apart as a book club. We want to stay together and have fun. So yes, today we're going to be talking about what's going to be happening this summer.
This summer we are doing 2 themed months, and what we mean by that is that we're taking like a month, because book club episodes happen every 2 weeks and we each get a pick. So there's one pick for 1 month-ish kind of a thing, and then 3 picks, one from each of us for the second month, themed month. That first themed month is all YA books. If you have kept track of our anything at all, you know that I am a big fan of YA, and Taylor and Michaela are not. And over the years that we've been doing Bibliomancy for Beginners, there's been some contention because, you know, I tend to have some pretty bad books come out of YA, but I love YA, and Taylor and Michaela don't always like YA. Michaela will sometimes be friendlier to me than Taylor will. And so we decided to do one set of picks where they are all YA books. And of course, I'm super excited about this because, you know, I just want to be loved and respected, and Taylor doesn't respect me. Michaela loves me. He doesn't. It's fine. But he has to pick a YA book now.
We always start with my pick, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it is true, and my pick for that YA month is The Bone Gap by Laura Ruby. And the reason I picked this one is because, 1, it won the Pulitzer Prize, 2, it was a National Book Award finalist, and you guys know that I like knowing what people are saying is the best in every genre. I care a lot more about writing, and if both of these awards went to this one, I'm sure that the writing here is top-notch. It was a safe pick, but I also wanted to say, hey, there's pretty good books in YA too. It's not all crappy stuff. So we're going to try something that's an award winner in the YA genre.
The next pick after Michaela is always mine. And so of course this is my month, but I didn't want to go for a book that I was picking specifically because it was just a book that I was going to be reading anyway. I wanted to see what kind of books I could find that I thought Michaela and Taylor would also enjoy as well. And last month I was very lucky enough to meet Kristen Page Madonia and pick up her new book, Invisible Fault Lines. And this, she read from it while she was here, and I absolutely loved the opening. It is time-traveling, contemporary and historical fiction written in a very literary writing style, and just the opening chapter, like I said, that she read was beautiful, and so I'm really excited to read this. It just came out as well, so, you know, definitely look that up and check that out because, you know, we're going to be reading it. So of course it's awesome. Duh. Read with us.
Taylor isn't here to tell you what his picks are, so I will do it for him as his best friend. I think I have that power. His YA book is A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mabry, whatever. He picked it while browsing the YA section of a local bookstore in Ithaca, so it was very much something that just called out to him. We don't know whether it will be good or bad, because he literally just picked it for the back of the book and the cover, probably. So we'll see how that one is. We're ending that cycle with a mystery book where we don't know what's going to come out of it. He might have the worst YA pick out of all of us. That would be amazing.
So, round 2 with our themed months. This is all about sequels. And we mean that either in a next book in a series that we've all read together or another book by an author that we've all read together. And this is interesting because we don't usually, usually in a book club you do one book. We did do the entire Pendragon series last year for our Nostalgia Junkies, but we've never really gone on in series or done another author again. So this is a chance for us all to come into a book with the same platform of knowledge and talk about, if the promise is lived up to or if the writing style is better or worse, whatever. Talk about maybe more themes the author deals with within like multiple works, because that's really cool. So yeah, really excited about that. And of course, because our picks have always been so different, it's a really wide range of writers, so that's going to be really, really cool.
Oddly enough, my pick is also a Pulitzer Prize winner. It's Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. If you didn't know, in our very first season of Bibliomancy for Beginners, we read The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides and had a really great discussion about communal narrators and suicide and the romanticization of mental illness. This one is obviously another book by Jeffrey Eugenides because he doesn't write series, and I often pick novels that are standalones. I don't often pick series for us to read, so I couldn't really pick a next in the series. But I figured that he was an author that we should revisit a little bit because of the fact that we enjoyed that first one but had problems, and I heard that a lot of people like this one slightly more than The Virgin Suicides, even though that one maybe has a little more fame. And I was debating between this one and The Marriage Plot, but I had people in my life say, no, go with Middlesex, it's better. So this is the one that we're going with.
So as you may have guessed from the whole YA month thing, I don't always pick the best books, and there are certain series that we have liked that I refuse to let Michaela and Taylor near the second book of, such as the second book of Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series, because I literally couldn't handle anyone saying bad things about those books because I love them and we could never be friends again. So I am actually picking a book that we did in Bibliomancy last year, and this is the second book in Laini Taylor's The Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, Days of Blood and Starlight. And I have already read this. I actually read the whole series, and my opinion is that this book is the best of it. And we liked Daughter of Smoke and Bone, but there was some really interesting narrative issues that were happening there and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see if Michaela and Taylor think that this book is as interesting with like a more coherent narrative style, and also, exploring more of the things that they thought were interesting but weren't explained as much. And so, when they're explained, or are they explained, is it better or is it worse? Like, things like that. So really excited about this one.
Taylor is picking a book from one of his favorite authors, and that is Walter Moers. This is not the book that we are reading. This is actually the last book that we read by him. We have a discussion, although Gretchen wasn't there, of Rumo by Walter Moers. This time around, Taylor's picking the 13 and a Half Lives of Captain Blue Bear as his pick for the rereading. Oh my god. As his pick. These books are set in the same world, but they aren't necessarily a series, if that makes sense. So they have the same laws and rules, and the world is the same, but it's not a continued story. If you would like to go watch our discussion of this one, it's not the best, because when it's just me and Taylor, what often happens is both of us will say things, and then we'll go, yep, I agree with you. So there's not a lot of back and forth happening in it. Hopefully Gretchen can make it for this one so that we can actually have some interesting discussions about the book itself and what's happening. I'll put this one down now since we're not talking about this one anymore. But yes, he would like to do the 13 and a Half Lives of Captain Blue Bear, so that's going to be happening as well.
I love being the one that's always just like, I think you're wrong, and then they both look at me and go, but we both think the same thing. It's a great place to be all the time. Our first two seasons, there were 4 of us, and Rachel and I tended to side on the same side, and Taylor and Michaela tended to side on the same side. Not always, but just that's how it felt. And that was better. Now I'm just like, but that's why they're great, guys. Because Michaela sometimes pulls a swing vote and comes to my side, and then it's great. And then it's super confusing when Taylor and I agree on something, and we both have to look at each other and just stare in disgust and confusion for a really long time. So, any way it happens, these episodes are great, and you should totally come and read these books and be there with us, because we love being able to add your comments to the discussion as it's happening, or talk to you guys after the fact. So do that, and please, while we're talking about engagement, please go vote in that poll. Michaela is literally not kidding. She's not exaggerating. We have had raised voice fights about which of these series we're going to do. So you need to tell us, either we should do the first 3 books, And So You Want to Be a Wizard, or His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. Again, not kidding. Save a book club. Save a life. Do that thing. Anyways, of course, we will still be doing our regularly scheduled content during the summer. This Bibliomancy stuff will be an added bonus, sometimes in replace of posts, but not always. So we're really excited to do this. This is our 4th year running, and we just keep getting better and snarkier. So come watch with us, guys, and we'll see you this summer, all 3 of us together, same screen. Well, different screens, rotating. Google Hangout, you know what I mean. I'm gonna stop now. Bye!